having a success story to tell. Of course, we can even attribute to the awareness that has been sent throughout our channel here, telling you every Friday, so I can also guarantee myself as part of this, and we really appreciate the forces for this. And yes, we're talking about even Christmas season, by the way. I think the number of times we have talked about it, this was among the most safe Christmas seasons. We didn't register major threats at all. So it is all something very commendable. But the IGP came out with a call to, of course, to every person, awareness about reporting crimes. It is very important that you get any crime, please report it, and that is how they can continuously be addressed. Well, here with me today is ASP Paul Ssali, who is from the Jinja Road, and he is the Community Liaison Officer there, and we're going to be discussing about this and understanding more about this report that was given, the annual crime report of 2024. A very good morning to you, Afandi.
Good morning, Luke.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. A very good morning to all our viewers. I've been introduced as ASP Ssali Paul, and I sit at Jinja Road as a Community Liaison Officer. First and foremost, I want to thank all our men in uniform that have endeavored to fight crime. And this is done jointly with our sister forces, that is UPDF, intelligence agencies like CMI, we have crime intelligence, ESO, and the Wananchi, or the population at large. Because I believe without the population or the Wananchi, we cannot do anything. We rely on them to prosecute offenders. When they give us timely information, we always good to go.
Okay.
I also want to thank the Almighty God for having brought us this far. This week has been a little challenging. At the beginning of this week, we lost 2 of our retired IGPs. That is Okotho Ogola and John Kosi Odomel. So may their souls rest in peace.
Amen.
And when we look at the general security, the country is relatively calm. Of course, there are some security challenges, but they are minimal. So I want to thank Uganda Police and the sister forces for always ensuring that Uganda is a free country. Look, when you're starting, you really appreciated the Uganda Police for ensuring a crime-free festive season. That was last year. And all that effort is through our continued engagement with the public. So I really appreciate you. When we look at the key highlights of the 2024 annual crime report, we saw that there was a decrease in the number of cases reported at police. That was 4.1%. And all this is attributed to our crime prevention strategies that we put in place to ensure that we have a crime-free society. And one of these is community engagement. All community liaison officers and divisional police commanders have ensured that we engage the public. This is through sensitization. We usually hold weekly community policing programs where we sensitize the masses on how crime can be fought and avoided.
Okay.
We give out our toll-free numbers at counter. We also partner with the local council authorities. If you think Ssali as an OC is hard to reach, we always remind the general public that reach out to your nearest local council leader if you feel maybe you cannot contact police. And with this, we've registered success. That is the general overview of the security. Yes.
Okay. So, what according to you, for this decrease that we registered, what do you think were the major contributors to this decrease in crime?
Well, when we look at our crime prevention strategies, we've come out with several measures, and this includes information-led policing. When we look at information-led policing, here we engage our crime intelligence officers and the other sister agencies that gather information from the public by liaising with the local population. Even when we are doing our operations, the intelligence led. After receiving information, we sieve it, sit down with operational commanders. We go and carry out operation in areas that are infested with crime.
Okay.
Then later, these suspected criminals are aligned in courts of law. Of course, now we create a rapport with our courts so that they can smoothly prosecute the suspected criminals. With this, we've been able to register significant decrease in crime. We've also embraced neighbourhood watch, whereby we call upon the we've always called upon the general public to get to know their neighbors, their social life, economic life, and with this, we've even employed vigilante groups to always give us information about suspected criminals. During our engagement with the vigilante groups, we also join them in foot patrols. They are very well versed with the communities, and they know who the wrongdoers are. So we've been able to apprehend most of the suspected criminals and taken to courts of law. Okay. We've also formed partnerships with the media. I saw even during our crime prevention week, or our engagements, we bring the media on board to cover most of our activities. You've seen even during headlines, any news, at least there has to be a police operation carried out in ensuring that criminals or crime is reduced. So this has been so helpful in fighting crime.
Okay.
Yes.
How about a community police? How has it influenced as well? When you look at how the crimes have reduced this time round, so how has community policing influenced this reduction?
Actually, community policing has always been the head in fighting crime. One, we empower communities with very sensitive information or information regarding security. So by doing so, communities are empowered. They know how to detect crime, and when they see or when they get any person suspected of committing an offense, the constitution itself even empowers them to arrest and hand over to the nearest police station. We've sensitized the public about domestic violence.
Okay.
When you look at the local council structure, it has Secretary for Women Affairs, Secretary for Children. We handle all various forms of crime, starting from local council level, and this has registered significant decrease in crime.
Okay. And how if we look at going back to the crime report, if we look at areas, are there specific areas that we can be proud of that, yeah, this place crime has reduced?
Well, I happen to police Jinja Road division. Before I even go to other regions or divisions, I would first look at Jinja Road itself.
Okay.
Last year, mid-last year.
What is its demarcation? What community do you oversee?
We police over 9 parishes.
Okay.
There is I can mention Mutungo, Chitintale, Bugolobi, Kololo. We police education institutions like Makerere University Business School.
Okay.
We police Chambogo University, MTAC, and several institutions.
Okay.
So Jinja Road itself has a division. A few months back, we were registering so many cases of aggravated robberies, where gangs would follow up people or would trail people picking money from different commercial banks, people's gangs, motorcycle gangs snatching phones. And we carried out, we intensified our operations, activated our motorcycle squads, patrol teams. We were able to arrest most of the notorious criminals, and they were taken to courts, and they are serving sentences. At least when you look at most of the cases reported nowadays, robberies, motorcycle robberies have greatly decreased. Yes. We also registered. Okay, the rest are it is general crime. That is the assault cases, and with this we've had a continuous sensitization of the public about general crime and how to avoid it. Other regions have also seen a significant decrease, and this there is also we've also implemented what we call sub-county policing. It was an executive order, that is number 03 of the president, where he guided. In 2019, the president met PAC, or the police council, and of course they briefed him on the security situation of the country. And through his guidance, police has been able to implement sub-county policing, where police is no longer town-based or town council-based. We've gone back to our policing system, whereby police has deployed over 18 officers to each sub-county, And with these 18 officers, we deploy every department ranging from CLO, traffic, CID, different desks in CID, so that Ugandans can enjoy services of Uganda Police. And this also will be able to impact the public positively in regard to fighting crime.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. And now looking at the decline itself, are there some major maybe cases that are still challenging regardless of the decline?
Yeah, of course. Now as the country continues advancing in technology,
cyber,
we register cases related to cyber crime or electronic fraud. We register cases of people transferring money electronically from different bank accounts to their own accounts. But of course, as Uganda Police, we have a directorate of CID that has experts in handling cases related to electronic fraud. Even where there is a need for more expertise, Uganda Police has always trained our officers when it comes to handling cyber related crime.
Okay.
Yes. So we've also embraced the use of our cameras. Cameras have played a very significant role when it comes to fighting crime. When any offense occurs in a place, we go back and review our CCTV footages. For example, the robberies, the phone snatching, even where police cameras do not reach, we've always reached out to the public and we use private cameras. After reviewing footages, we do what we call camera mapping. Then we relate the incidents, match them with our police cameras. We've been able to have a breakthrough in fighting crime using CCTV.
Okay.
Yes.
And how about prevention using technology that you're talking about? How are we, apart from crime detection, how about crime prevention? They using technology to prevent crimes?
We've partnered with the media. First of all, we've always played adverts about electronic fraud. For example, I've always seen adverts where media companies always advise people on which numbers they should respond to. For example, if the official numbers used by telecom companies, if they want to do anything related to maybe mobile money transactions, or if you have a challenge with your mobile money PIN, they have always guided on the official numbers used by mobile phone companies. If you're to call or when they call you. Uganda Communications Commission has also come up with media campaigns to ensure that we fight electronic fraud. Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. How is the police force working on sustaining, of course, keeping that momentum of reducing crimes?
Well, one, even during our advertisement, we recruit people who are ready to serve the country.
Okay.
Serve in different capacities, different parts of the country, and you must be patriotic. You know, being patriotic is love for your country. Willing to serve at any time of the day, regardless of the resource constraints. We always supposed to, or we vowed to protect Ugandans at all costs. For us as Uganda Police, we do not beg our officers to go and work. It is our mandate, and we always emphasize alertness at our stations. Where, of course, you neglect your duty, we even have police disciplinary courts. And several of our officers who have neglected their duty have been brought to order. So the issue of being committed to work, it is a forced discipline. Yes.
Okay. Now we are heading into a very tricky season, which we could even be in, because I understand people are already on ground doing campaigns and all that. How is the force prepared to keep peace and order in this kind of period, specifically knowing that somehow, somewhere, this period always comes with a number of violent scenes and security threats due to these huge numbers of people in rallies and all that? How is the police prepared for such a time?
Look, we always prepared, because we always prepared to counter any threat regarding election violence. We've actually, you've seen us deploying heavily where we anticipate violence. For example, you recently saw retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye appearing in court, and the local population or the political opportunists had mobilized the masses to go on the streets challenging the court process. Recently, when he appeared in court, we did our due diligence, and there was no any kind of violence. Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye appeared in courts of law, and let's allow the criminal justice system to do its work.
Okay.
We of course had continuous engagements when it comes to electoral related offenses. We shall continue. We are continuing, and we shall continue engaging the public. For example, every week on Wednesday there is what we call a press briefing at headquarters. The police PRO comes out to brief the public about the general security, how we've been able to handle different security threats. So I want to urge the general public that Uganda Police is in control, and they should actually continue with their day-to-day activities, very well knowing that Uganda Police and sister agencies are in charge of the country. Yes.
Wow. And now, as we look forward, as we head forward, what message do you have for the public regarding crime prevention? How they can prevent, or what measures you have, and all those things? What they need to know.
I want to urge the general public that always partner with your local council authorities, the security agencies, to ensure that you report, or there is timely reporting of cases. I believe when all cases are reported on time, we are always able to counter different incidents or different forms of crime. Always do timely reporting, and don't stop at reporting. Anytime an offense is committed, we need you people, the general public, to come and avail us with evidence in regarding to a certain form of crime. And when you avail us with evidence, it is very crucial in prosecuting the suspected offenders. Yeah, we also remind the general public to always embrace community policing meetings. You know, this area being a central business district, people tend to be eaten up by their work.
Oh, they're busy.
Yes, they are very busy. They don't have time to attend meetings. But this doesn't stop crime from happening.
That's true.
So for us, we've gone as far as creating WhatsApp groups, neighborhood WhatsApp groups, where people, even those who are busy, can present security concerns there, and then they will be addressed.
Okay.
We should also embrace technology. If you feel, rather, when you register any case of crime, for example, in areas where police cameras are not planted, but you still use private CCTV cameras, avail us with footages, because we have experts in analyzing such footages, and maybe they will be able to identify most of these criminals. Because I believe at any scene of crime, there are always traces. A suspect will always leave a trace at the scene of crime. And of course, where cameras do not reach, we even have our canine system. Canine, when I talk about canine, these are sniffer dogs.
Yes.
We've also been able to register significant improvement in arresting criminals using our canine system. Okay. Dogs track down from suspects from the scene of crime up to their hideouts. So let the general public always preserve the scene of crime. Do not tamper with the scene. Immediately you discover maybe there is a breakage into your house, or even a murder case, or it's called a nearby police, they advise you on how to preserve such crime scenes. Okay. From there, we involve our scene of crime officers. They lift fingerprints, they exhibit some of the items got at the scene, and with this we've been able to arrest most of the suspected criminals and apprehended in courts of law.
Wow, that's very, very interesting. Well, those are insights or what you need to know about the annual crime report of 2024. Yes, that has been delivered to us this week. Now, as we end up, Afande, any other last remarks briefly, maybe as we close it off?
Well, look, at the beginning of this week or last week, you saw what happened at Nupe headquarters.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I want to urge the general public to avoid such acts. When we look at the penal code, I think that's cap 148, there, I've forgotten the section, but there are offenses against the state.
Okay.
And when you look at our chairman Nyanzi, all those drills that were performed were unlawful. There is a section in the penal code that clearly states how unlawful those drills are, and a penalty for indulging in such drills. Actually, on conviction, you may live in prison for a period of 7 years.
7 years.
So, whoever was involved in such drills, even when you are present, rather, at that a place where drills were conducted, you're criminally liable.
Wow.
So let's note this election pressure drive us to committing offenses that are going to see most of our people serve sentences that are even more than 5 years. So I want to urge the general public to always be very careful when they are indulging in such activities.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much, ASP Paul Ssali, who is the Community Liaison Officer at Jinja Road, for these insights that have been given. But also, please take it up. There have been so many words of encouragement in there. So please take them up because, well, they represent the forces and they know what it takes when you commit such offenses. So please take up those words of advices and then you will thank us later. My name is Luke Majumba Alnaitwe and we cannot go past this. I want to appreciate you for joining us the entire week. See you once again in Issues at Hand next